Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Law with Davida. If you're new here, my name is Davida, and here I just go over law and try to make it simple and fun. Today we're going to be talking about Thurgood Marshall. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
And it goes a little something like
A fun fact before we get started is that his name was originally Thurgood. I'm gonna put it right here. But when he grew up, he shortened it to Thurgood. Thurgood Marshall was born on July 2nd, 1908 in Baltimore, Maryland. He went to Howard University School of Law and Lincoln University. He finished first in his class in 1933. In 1929, he got married to Vivian Buster Bury, but his wife later died in 1955 of lung cancer. Marshall became a lawyer right after college. He loved debating and wanted to take a stand against segregation. This was just the start of his career in his fight against segregation. His early jobs. In 1936, Marshall got to be a part of the national staff of the NAACP. The NAACP is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. They were created to work for the abolition of segregation and discrimination in housing, education, employment, voting, and transportation. They opposed racism and made sure African Americans had their rights. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is Brown versus Board of Education. His most famous case came in 1954 with the name Brown versus Board of Education. Marshall argued that schools should not be segregated. At the time, there was still segregation because it was in the 1950s. It was illegal in most places for black kids to attend the same schools as white kids did. In a landmark decision, which is a decision that has a life-lasting impact, Marshall won the case, showing that segregation in schools was unconstitutional. In 1961, he was appointed as a judge in the U.S. Court of Appeals by President John F. Kennedy. He was the first ever black judge in the U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson appointed U.S. Court of Appeals Judge Thurgood Marshall into the Supreme Court. In a crazy debate, Senate approved Marshall's nomination by a vote of 69 to 11. 2 days later, he was sworn in by Chief Justice Earl Warren, making him the first African American in history to sit on America's highest court. One of his most famous quotes were, "Each of you as individuals must pick your own goals. Listen to others, but do not become a blind follower." Alright everyone, that is it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you learned something new. Make sure to turn on the bell so you're aware when I post a new video. Jesus loves you, and see you soon.